coming up tonight on the news at 6.
Our new cases are going down, but we have patients hospitalized every day.
Helena health leaders urge residents to celebrate the Super Bowl in a way that prevents the spread of COVID-19. Plus, how a new mountain lodge is helping Great Divide keep skiers safe during the pandemic.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 6.
Good evening. Welcome to the news at 6. I'm Marian Davidson. Thanks for joining us. All right, we're going to get right into weather tonight. We've got some big changes on the way. Here's Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenitz.
Yes, we do, Marian. Winter finally arriving here. Now, we've got parts of the state under a winter storm warning. The Rocky Mountain front, most of central and southern Montana, a winter weather advisory for the High Line, a winter weather advisory west of the Divide. That little dot of orange, that's an avalanche watch for the Whitefish Range, a wind chill advisory, and a wind chill watch. Now, the snow gets a lot of the attention here, but I want to take everybody's attention to the really cold stuff here. We will have wind chill values maybe colder than 30 to 40 below zero at times this weekend. Not so much Friday, but look at this as we get into early Saturday morning. Down to about 20 to 30 below. It gets a little better here during the day on Saturday before another push, another surge of Arctic air comes in on Sunday. And look at this, 32 below, Cup Bank wind chill on Sunday morning. But a lot of the state looking at dangerously cold temperatures and wind chills and driving conditions coming up here this weekend. It really is almost the perfect Montana storm with everything coming together, including Arctic air. We'll talk about the arrival of that and how much snow you'll have to dig out from coming up.
Active cases of COVID-19 continue to tick down in Montana. Right now, the state has about 3,300 active cases. That is less than a fifth of the peak active case number in November. Now, 115 people are currently hospitalized via the virus in the state. 5 counties reported additional deaths today, which brings the statewide death total to 1,322. MTN uses a combination of state and local data to report COVID-19 cases and deaths in the state. Helena area healthcare professionals want people to think twice before planning or going to a Super Bowl party. They say Super Bowl parties could turn into COVID-19 super spreader events. MTN's John Riley has what you need to know.
COVID cases have been on a decline in the past month, but St. Peter's Health says it's not a time to let our guard down.
We have active cases at the hospital, in the ICU, the intensive care unit, and on the medical floor. Our new cases are going down, but we have patients hospitalized every day that are being referred to as long haulers or people who are just really struggling to recover.
St. Peter's and other healthcare providers across the state are concerned Super Bowl watch parties may become super spreader events. Traditional watch parties involve large gatherings of people outside a household, sharing food and utensils, as well as shouting and celebrating. And with new COVID variants present in the country, the medical community is concerned about another spike. Around 1 in 25 Montanans that have been diagnosed with COVID have also been hospitalized. Barnhart says hospitalization from the virus can be a long, difficult process.
Their lungs are so injured that their oxygenation just plummets anytime they move a muscle. So they're needing a ton of oxygen, and it's just really hard to recover.
Barnhart is confident that there will be a day when we can return to celebrations. But with current COVID case numbers and the state of vaccination at this time, people need to still be vigilant about following all COVID guidelines. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
St. Peter's health officials suggest connecting online, so maybe through something like Zoom, so that way you can watch the game in a group but still be apart. Lewis and Clark County will have more signups for Phase 1B Tier 1 vaccinations tomorrow morning starting at 9. The county has a new registration platform they hope will be easier to navigate. Health Officer Drenda Neiman says vaccination supply continues to be a hurdle. The county only has 900 doses next week for residents, but progress is being made.
We're getting close to covering that 70 and older age group, which means in the next couple of weeks, we hope to move into the next tier, which would be 60 and older with high-risk medical conditions.
Lewis and Clark County will have mobile vaccination clinics for Lincoln and Augusta residents tomorrow, and the Lincoln Clinic will be at the Fire Hall from 9 in the morning until noon, and the Augusta Clinic will be at the Augusta Youth Center from 2 to 5 p.m. Both clinics are first come, first serve, and doses are limited. A 20-year-old man was killed in a single truck crash near East Helena this morning. Montana Highway Patrol troopers think it happened between midnight and 3 a.m. at the corner of Shoshone Drive and Remington Street. Troopers say the driver was going south on Shoshone and failed to make the right turn onto Remington. His truck left the road and flipped on its side. Troopers said the driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was partially ejected. He suffered fatal head injuries and was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash is still under investigation, but troopers say they suspect alcohol is a factor. Today, Republicans in the Montana House endorsed a bill to get rid of Election Day voter registration in Montana. The House voted 61 to 39 to advance House Bill 176, which would end voter registration at noon the Monday before Election Day. Now, since 2006, Montanans have been able to register and vote right up to the close of polls on Election Day. Conservatives in the House tried and failed to move the bill's registration deadline to Friday before Election Day. They said they would try that amendment again in the state Senate. All 61 votes for the bill were from Republicans who said it is a party position to end Election Day registration. GOP State Representative Jedediah Hinkle of Belgrade said nonprofit groups are busing people to the polls on Election Day, leading to long lines for registration. But Democrat Tom France of Missoula said there is nothing wrong with that and said the bill is an attempt to suppress the vote.
And what those nonprofit groups, and they were not on our side of the aisle, what they were doing was when they were 30 feet from the building, they were working all of those people with literature, pizza, heat lamps, and everything else.
I know we had candidates, I might have been one myself, that on the Sunday before election and on the Monday before election were campaigning. And I would have hoped that I might have said something that inspired someone who wasn't eligible to vote to think I better darn well get down to the voting place and cast my vote, and I better register to do it.
The bill faces a final vote this week in the House before advancing to the state Senate. And it is that time again, time for the MTN Special Olympics Chevy Truck Raffle. Tickets are on sale now, and sales benefit Special Olympics Montana. You can get tickets at town pump stations across the state until March 31st, Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply every Saturday this month, and at Tire-Rama or from Special Olympic athletes until May 14th. You can also get tickets from Special Olympics Montana over the phone, through mail, and on their website. The grand prize is a 2021 Chevy pickup, and you can also win $5,000 or one of 3 $1,000 Town Pump gift cards. Winners will be drawn on May 15th. And still ahead on the news at 6, we will take you inside Great Divide's new Mountain Lodge.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the news at 6. Great Divide ski area has made a lot of changes to help keep skiers safe during the pandemic. One of those changes, a new building. Tonight, MTN's Alexia Guayo takes us inside that new space.
Everything about this facility is different than down below at our main base area.
This new Huggins Lodge sits atop the Meadow Mountain chairlift. The stretched skin structure is energy efficient and can resist the mountain's high winds while sitting over 40 people. But this space has another purpose, to maintain COVID-19 precautions.
We knew that we were going to have a lot of congestion in that main lodge when it comes around lunchtime, and we're packing the entire mountain in there. So when we can take 11 tables, spread them out, that has really gone a long ways to helping us.
The new lodge has helped maintain the congestion of the main building. Great Divide staffers tell us they are averaging the same amount of people compared to last ski season. They opened this season in October, averaging 200 people on busy weekends. Now they are averaging 900 people on busy weekends, and they're still weeks away from being 100% operational.
Last weekend, we got our south side opened up for the first time of the year. That's our rawhide chairlift, and the feedback was really good out there. As soon as we get a little bit more snow, then we'll start to look at our Wild West area and hopefully get that open. And at that point, we're looking at 100% open.
Although the Great Divide is not ready to end their winter season, they do have plans for this summer, including using this lodge as an event venue and possibly starting the idea of incorporating mountain biking to the ski area. In Marysville, I'm Alexi Guayo, MTN News.
All right, now with another look at that snow, cold, all of that winter headed our way. Here's Chief Meteorologist Curtis Krevenitz.
Watching that video is like watching a jilted lover really blossoming and doing so well, which is nice to see, but certainly do miss a little skiing. And wherever you go here around the state this weekend, it's going to be very snowy, but also very cold. Look at the accumulation Friday, Saturday, through Sunday, all the way into Monday. And for once this winter, Montana's right in the middle of it all. More on the forecast coming up next.
Tracker weather starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Krevenitz.
All right, welcome back, everybody. A couple of cameras showing that we do have some snow falling in the state. Deep Creek Pass in between White Sulphur and Townsend. A little snow, and thanks to some weather watchers out around the Lewistown area, it's been snowing for a few hours with some pretty good wind as well. This is just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, and check out Bozeman Pass. Yeah, some snow there as well. Most of the snow in the south central part of the state, but you can almost see the little break in the clouds coming off of the Continental Divide right there, just west of Helena. 34 degrees, west wind finally easing up here just a bit, and you can see the high woods. Probably won't be able to see them very much here over the course of the next few days and through the weekend with snow coming through. Also 34 in Great Falls with west winds gusting up over 30 miles per hour. So, all right, it's a little cold in Glasgow. We've got temperatures in the 20s and 30s in parts of the state. Arctic air will arrive in segments, so to speak, or in a few different waves as we go through the weekend, as will the snow arriving at different times. So around Helena, some snow up there near Lincoln and also Seeley Lake, Phillipsburg, picking up some snow, some good snow around Missoula through about the Bearmouth area over close to Drummond. Not much in Great Falls right now, some snow up on the Rocky Mountain front. There was a little snow here around Geyser and Stanford over through about Denton around the high woods, but you could just see that there wasn't any snow. And snow doesn't always show up on the radar so well. It's been snowing around Lewistown and really not much showing up there as far as the radar goes, and a little snow working its way out the High Line, Fort Belknap, through about the Malta area, almost in and around the Dodson area as well. Taking a look at the national radar, and another round of snow moving up into the northeast here after 2 to 3 feet fell over the last several days into parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So for tonight, snow increasing through the overnight hours, especially after midnight tonight. Look at Lewistown picking up some snow. Great Falls snow increasing through the morning. There will be some downsloping right around Helena, so in the valley, we might not be picking up as much snow through the morning hours. It will get down into the valley eventually tomorrow, but almost like a little donut here because of that downsloping wind off the Continental Divide. But snow all around central and western Montana through most of the day tomorrow. Notice the snow beginning to increase too up here, northern Montana, later on Friday. That is the Arctic boundary right there that will be working its way southward through the state through the evening hours into Friday night. Little break in the snow by Friday night and Saturday morning. It starts picking up again in the western and central part of the state, making for a very snowy weekend. So snowfall amounts, here we go by tomorrow afternoon. Lower elevations, maybe 1 to 3 inches. The mountains, more than 6 inches of snow where you see that pink. And then by Saturday morning, a little more. Great Falls, maybe more than 3 inches of snow by then. Helena closing in on that, and it will continue to accumulate through Saturday, through Sunday, into Monday. This is a prolonged snow event followed by a prolonged, really cold Arctic outbreak here. So all the way into Monday, Helena 6 to 12, more in the hills around Helena. Great Falls up to 14, Cut Bank 4 to 8, East Glacier, Browning maybe closer to a foot of snow, Havre 2 to 5, Glasgow could end up with about 2 to 3 inches as well. Lewistown in the central part of the state up to 16 in the mountains. almost 30 inches of snow in some spots. Here's the forecast for tonight. Snow increasing after midnight into the early morning hours. All right, a little Arctic air in far northeastern Montana, but nothing like what you'll see later this weekend and next week. Lewistown, some snow and slippery roads, and Helena, some snow, certainly in the mountains, maybe not so much in the lower elevations. Tomorrow, snow, cold. There's the Arctic boundary, teens, 20s, and some 30s, so not really that cold just yet. Sloppy driving over the mountain passes. Saturday, the Arctic air starts to move in. Another wave of low pressure moves through here with more snow. Sunday, this is when the Arctic air spills throughout the state. Great Falls, a high on Sunday of 10 below zero. Helena right around zero. Most of the state east of the divide below zero. And then Monday, still looking at some snow. Here's the 7-day forecast for Helena. So snowy over the next few days, getting colder and colder through the weekend. How about 3 nights, maybe 4 nights in a row next week of at least 20 below zero. The sunshine will come out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as the Arctic high moves in. And for Great Falls, snow, cold, dangerous wind chill values, and look at those temperatures, maybe close to 30 below by next week.
All right, thanks, Curtis. Coming up, a new exhibit at one of Montana's premier museums takes you to an ancient underwater world.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the News at 6. A new exhibit at the Museum of the Rockies in Bozeman takes visitors back millions of years to a time when water covered most of North America. MTN's Matt Elwell has the details.
Really exciting, immersive exhibit, and I would encourage everyone to come take a swim in the savage ancient seas at Museum of the Rockies.
Dr. John Scanella is talking about the new exhibit at the Museum of the Rockies, Savage Ancient Seas, which gives you an inside look of an ancient underwater world.
These underwater creatures that we don't normally get a chance to see in Montana in their full-scale, three-dimensional glory, where you can kind of go up right next to them. And then I think the exhibit is put together in such a way where it feels like you're underwater with them.
And while most of the rotating exhibit isn't about dinosaurs, it does fit nicely with what the museum already has on display.
The exhibit highlights primarily life of the Western Interior Seaway, which is the vast shallow sea that covered a lot of North America in the late Cretaceous period. So towards the end of the age of dinosaurs.
This year has been tough on nonprofits, and the Museum of the Rockies is no exception.
It has impacted our bottom line, and we are very grateful to our members who have continued their membership even during our COVID-19 shutdown. And they continue to demonstrate by renewing their membership that they value what the museum is providing to them and their families.
While walk-ins are welcome, the museum does cap the number of visitors allowed each day.
To ensure you can come and visit on the day you want to, we encourage making an online reservation.
Mask and social distancing is required at the museum, but this will provide a great opportunity to experience an exhibit that may truly be a once-in-a-lifetime encounter, 70 million years in the making.
Excited. It's cool to have these marine reptiles and other creatures here at the Museum of the Rockies that we don't normally get a chance to see in Montana.
Reporting from the Museum of the Rockies, Matt Elwell, MTN News.
All right, and we'll wrap things up here on the News at 6 when we come back.
Montana's news leader. You're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. An upstate New York man got more than he bargained for when he bought a building for his law office, an attic full of priceless photos. David Whitcomb said he didn't even realize the building had an attic. He discovered it when he went to change a light bulb and noticed the drop ceiling looked odd. Whitcomb climbed into an access panel and found a treasure trove of framed pictures and photo equipment. Now, one of those pictures was a portrait of suffragist leader Susan B. Anthony, taken by photographer James Hale in 1905. The same photo that was licensed to the Susan B. Anthony Memorial Association and sold on postcards. Now, other photos and glass negatives found in the attic suggest the building was used by Hale. Whitcomb is getting some of the glass negatives developed to see what other history he might uncover. So I guess the moral of the story is check your attic. You might have some cool stuff up there. And that does it for the News at 6. We'll be back here tonight at 10 with your latest headlines and another look at that weather. Have a good evening. We'll see you at 10.